Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kittaria, my server and the heart of my Minecraft operations. This is the Hall of the Gods, where all new players will start when they join the server. Now, what I'm going to be doing here is taking a little tour around some of the highlights of one of the worlds on the server. Because soon I'm going to be starting a new series, a tutorial series, working in creative, to highlight some of the more advanced building techniques, give people some ideas and things like that. I shall be continuing, of course, my Village of Whiphampton series, which is a survival, very small scale building series, really intended for newer players and to give people ideas for that type of survival build. This, however, will be a series focusing on advanced techniques, on advanced buildings, using world edit and things like that to really come up with something on a much bigger scale, such as this. Now, there are a few worlds here. We have the Savage Wilds, we have the Kitten's Playground, which is under construction. As you can see here, it says coming soon. The End and the Nether, but where we're going to go through here today is here, Civilla, the town's world. So let's go through. Now, before I move on to the actual city, I'd like to just show you the spawn in, where you spawn in. This is where any new players, when they enter the world, they can come here and they can stay a few nights. There's crafting benches and furnaces, to get people going, so they can craft up their first bunch of tools and things like that. There's also a dining room and a little reception, and upstairs there are bedrooms, fairly plain and functional, but where people can store a few things and sleep a few nights while they look for a place to live, and start working on their houses or their towns or whatever they want to build, because we're fairly open here and there is a big emphasis on building, especially in this world, so people are free to make much of what they want, really. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm just going to jump from place to place, really, and show you some of the highlights of the town. Out here you see Capital City, which is a massive work in progress and will be for some time, but there are some worthwhile things to show you. So let's get on and do that. Here is the main gate of the city, with the welcome and the notice board, where you'd enter if you approach from spawn, where most people will for the first time. Okay, first up you'll see this is the pig stables. As you may know, in 1.4 pigs are going to become controllable and can be ridden around wherever you want. In accordance with that, I've already been working on the roads, made them plenty wide, so there's they're set up for pig traffic already. In this building, you'll be able to rent or even buy pigs with or without saddles, and all the various things you'll need to ride them. There are no pigs at the moment. There were, but people keep leaving the gate and the doors open, and they all got out and wandered off, and now I have no idea where they are. So thank you for that, people. I don't know how many times I've said to close the doors behind you, but oh geez, people were born in a barn, I swear. So that's the pig stables. Now across from the main entrance, from the pig stables, is a small shopping district which I've been working on. This is finished and is available for players to set up shop. There aren't any yet because this hasn't been done long. This is a fairly recent project of mine. But there are 12 shops with apartment rooms above and connections, so people could live here if they wanted, or they can just set up shop and with storage rooms at the top or whatever. But here's a nice little place. It's quite close to the entrance, so foot traffic should be reasonably heavy there. Be good for people to see. Okay, I'm going to move on down this way and show you the next thing. Okay, this is the post office. Now the interior isn't finished yet, so I'm not going to go in there just now. But I am going to go behind the post office, through a small gap in the wall, to show you something that is done out here. This is the coach office, where mail being delivered will come into the city, ready to be sorted and go into the post office, then be moved on to individual people. There's a postmaster's office here, or the coachmaster's office there. There's a secure strong room. Where all the mail can be put to keep it safe, all the valuable packages that people have ordered from Amazon and things like that, it'll all come in here ready. Out through the back of the coach office is the yard, and here we have the mail coach, old Bessie the mail coach. Now she's a rather a large beast, and of course isn't functional because this is Minecraft, but she looks quite cool, and I'm pleased with the way that came out. It's just there for a bit of fun and a bit of decoration. Now this is my house, and as it's my house, it's one of the most completed areas of the city. I've been working on this on and off for a while, and while there are some work to do on the grounds, the building itself is mostly finished. It's a moderate home, some might say a mansion, but it's a nice little place for me to get away and to rest when I'm between builds. In the entrance hall, some small balconies and some way up. What's closest is here, the library, because every house needs a library. And here we have my own little library with an enchanting room there, so I or anybody else can enchant anything they need to. We've got a little reading room area down there, tables to sit and study at, a little bench table at the far end where people can sit and get good sunlight if they want to enjoy the sun and read down there. There's some more shelving up here, but the main part of the library is downstairs. Just a little balcony through, back into the main hall, and another way down. Of course, the way up on this side leads through to the room on the other side of the building. No, it doesn't. There's no doors on this side. I forgot. My bad. This side of the building is the dining hall, with plenty of room down the long table for me to have dinner guests, where we can enjoy some meals, socialise, taking a bit of entertainment around the place. Through here and on from the dining hall is the apartments. And this is apartment wing with 8 quite small bedrooms, like guest rooms for whoever wants to join, so we can have guests come and stay if they don't have their own place locally. At the end of the hall here is my own apartment, where we have I have a table and a small area here where I normally have cats. I don't know where the cats are at the moment. They kept following me. I made them sit down somewhere, and now I can't actually remember where they are. I'll have to go and find them at some point, gather them all up and get them back into the house where they belong. Up the stairs, it is up here to my bedroom. My own personal little bedroom with my kind of spooky bed, my ender chest, and everything else up here that I need. It leads back out onto the upper floor of the apartments. Now there is one other place to show you in here, and I will get to it in just a moment. Back over the table, just walk across the table, why not? It's my house, I can do what I want. Through there is a conservatory, although there's no plants in there at the moment. They will be soon. But up here is my office, where I do all my important work. I have my own bookcases and things in here. And that's a little place where I can administrate the server from the comfort of my own home. So, back outside, now, and we'll move on to the next area of the city that I want to show you. Okay, so next up on the tour is this, the public library. This is one of the larger buildings in the city currently, and certainly one of the most developed. I feel it's important that people have a place to go and read and learn, because education is key in this world. But here we are, the public library. We have a reception desk where people can check out books and return them. We've got a couple of reading rooms, one on each side. We have a few shelves, but tables for studying and reading at. We have behind here, other than the stairs up, we have the main wings. Both of these are the same, so I'm only going to show you one. The main wings of the library, where the majority of the books are housed, hundreds and hundreds of volumes, with some supports to keep the ceiling up, because that's important. Back through here, and up the stairs, we have the upper floor, which lay over the main wings, and have some more books up here, plenty more books. With at the end we have a sort of semi-secure section. It's partially walled off, where the rarer and more dangerous volumes are kept. There's also some small rooms upstairs, but they're a bit empty at the moment, and there's nothing you really need to see. Here we have the solarium, the sunroom. It's unfortunately not sunny right now because it's the middle of the night, but this is a nice little area where people can go and sit. It still needs some benches and things, but it's where people can go and sit in the sun and talk, splash their feet in the pool, enjoy some books, and just some togetherness, because community is all part of Kittaria, and it's an important part of it. So that's the library, a brief glimpse anyway. We're going to move on to the next building now. Now this is the clock tower. Externally it's mostly done. I've put in clock faces based off of the handheld clock in Minecraft, or at least the Sphax version of it, because of the texture pack I'm using. These, although not entirely done, are going to be animated clocks. Will actually tell the time, and you can see here that some of the innards have been put in. Still a lot to do, but there's plenty of space inside. And there's all of the gear mechanisms that will make this clock work. The face should rotate and tell time. Now, I've got one of my admins, a very talented, extremely talented in fact, redstone engineer by the name of Cheyenne, is doing that for me, and he should have it working. So although it won't always keep accurate time, because I tend to change the time from day to night on the server on a regular basis, it will at least go round in a 24-hour pattern. And it should look, it's just for fun, and it should look quite nice. So that's the clock tower, and now we move on to the next part. Okay, this is the marketplace. Got quite a few stalls, all brightly coloured and different colours for everybody to tell each other apart. But this is where people can set up little market stalls if they want. They can sell any goods, barter, and exchange items in any way they wish, because they're free to to trade how they want on this server. The whole point is that the player's choice is key, and they can play how they want. So we have plenty of stalls that should accommodate as many people as want to make a market stall as as we're likely to get. And in the centre, as you can see, is the arch, a purely decorative building. My own sort of take on an Arc de Triomphe style building, just for decoration, just to fill up some space, to break up sight lines because of Minecraft's limits on view distances and chunk loading. So it's just there to make the place look a bit prettier, and just to balance out the heights of the buildings a bit. Here we have the only building in the city not made by me. The statues and bench section across the front I did do myself, the Kitty Guardians, but this is the temple. This was made by one of my builders, a young man named A Silly Rabbit, known locally on the server as Murica, and he's an exceptionally talented builder. As you can see from this building, it is very, very pretty indeed. And made all the more impressive by the fact that I know for a fact he did not use any world edit or other server commands to make this at all. In fact, he didn't even build that on here. He made this in creative on a single player map. He gave me the map and I made a schematic and copied the building into the server. Which I think makes this all the more impressive because it took him a long time to get all of this done, laying it in block by block. But I think you'll appreciate that it really was worth it. It's a gorgeous building and I'm very impressed. The immediate I saw this, I told him straight out, I'm stealing this building, it's going on the server. He was happy about that. Because, you know, it means a lot more people are going to get to see it, and people deserve to see his work. He's very, very good. So well done, Rabbit. Murica. Well done on this, and I'll be waiting for your next building. Okay, so the last item on today's tour is this, the public park. Central to all of the buildings that are in the city currently is the park. It has 4 zones. Here we see the sort of lawn type area, a very sort of civilized cutback area. Here is the exact opposite, the wildest area. This is a jungle zone with a giant tree, a small waterfall, plenty of jungle trees, a little pond there. We have an intermediate zone, just trees and a lake, some long grass, and some very pretty flowers and things around. And the 4th zone, which is like the sort of secret garden area, very heavily wooded, with a small gazebo type structure here, just for you know, a sort of secret meeting place, liaisons between lovers or whoever wants to use it for whatever reason. Hello. See, one of my cats has decided to join me. I don't know why, I don't know where he was. He's just suddenly teleported to my side. So did you see what I was saying earlier about the little buggers? They just follow me around everywhere. There's a pathway running underneath here so you can shortcut through the city and bridges to get across. We might add something to here later on. I'm not entirely sure what yet, which is why I've left it. Because there's so many things that can be done. And really, I've got to choose just the one. But this concludes the tour of the city so far. It's not everything that's in the city, but it's all the things that are really you'd want to see at the moment. It's just a sort of a collection of the highlights. There's other things that are so heavily in construction at the moment, they don't even look like what they are. And they're not. I'm not going to show you them now. I'll come back at a later date and go through them. Of course, you know, this city, this server as a whole is not private. It's free to anybody to play. The link is in my server, my channel description, but I'll also put it directly in the description of this video. And anybody, if you feel like you want to join, come and make a house. Maybe just join and go into the Savage Wilds, which is the fully PvP griefing vanilla world. If that's your style of play, then you can do that, or you can wait until the Kittens Playground is done. And if you just like to play games and things, because there's going to be a ton of things in there. There's some great stuff being built by some of my other talented builders at the moment. But otherwise, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do in fact like this video. And you want to see more, then go ahead and do that. I shall be shortly starting my new, tutorial building series. I'll pick a building that is both interesting and really needs doing. and we'll have a multi-stage building tutorial video on that, and then I'll move on to the next and things like that. And that way the city will grow and be beautiful, and you can all see how I do it, and I can get some work done, as well as keeping up the quality content which you come to expect here. So, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. So from me and the kitty here, goodbye.